I'm, of course, the Big Mike 1983, and I'm going to bring you some World of Horror tonight. Unfortunately, our original runner couldn't make it, so I hope to do them and all of you proud. Kind of think what we're going to do is 3 separate little playthroughs. We'll do the intro mission, then I'm going to do a quick play on easy, just to see if we can get through it, and then we'll do a custom one. I can kind of show you all a bunch of the options that are out there in the game. This game finally hit 1.0 just earlier this month, actually. It's been an early release for years, and it was actually teased for even years but before that. I think I'd been probably waiting for this game since 2018 or so, 2017. I can't remember exactly when I first saw it, but yeah, it's if you ever read any of the Junji Ito horror stories, you're gonna immediately recognize the art style. To me, it almost kind of plays like a single-player board game, kind of like Arkham Horror. And of course, there's going to be plenty of Lovecraftian elements in here as well. But yeah, let me go ahead. Timer doesn't really matter. It's just gonna kind of go till we go. We'll probably get a bit under, but. Just thing I do want to show everybody, I think that's really neat, is while you can play in just OG black and white or gray, because you can actually make it 2-bit or 1-bit, it has just a ton of different color palettes to play with. So if you're messing around, you can do a lot of stuff. I find Monolith to be the most terrifying, the Virtual Boy palette, as it were. But yeah, there's a bunch of different little colors it does. I think it's kind of nice every once in a while. Mix it up, do a little bit extra, but for today, we'll do the OG. So we'll go ahead and do the first story of the spine-chilling story of School Scissors. Something strange is happening in our town. Robed figures can be seen gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. The rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort, but also new, unknown threats. Old gods, malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth eons ago, are awakening as reality starts to crumble. Armed with clues, spells, and your dwindling sanity, you'll investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. An old train slows down and stops at its last station. The end of the world is at hand, and you finally arrived in the doomed town. So we'll just we'll get into the story before I really go over a lot of these stats and the different things. You've been following the weird cult for weeks now, barely surviving the encounter with the skin hag at the nursery. It's a race against time, and you can't rest until our town is safe. We'll do combat tutorial off. I can kind of guide you through this. Another boy from your school has disappeared. Rumor has it a terrible woman has returned from the grave. A woman with the widest smile and the sharpest scissors. You knew your friend was up to something when he left you his notebook full of cryptic notes. I can send her back where she belongs, he claimed. After he too disappeared, you decided to study the notebook for clues. It details a ritual that claims to stop the wicked woman once and for all. What's the worst thing that could happen? Alright, so this one is way more streamlined. It was, I think, the first one they came up with. It's going to go over a bit of the different aspects of it. The full game, you actually are in a town. This is way more kind of bare bones, but you've got these 3 weapon slots. You basically have 3 item slots, A, B, and C, and each different thing can do a weapon. Or each thing can go into a slot. A weapon will generally go into slot A, and the weapons will all have their damage, their speed, and their chance to hit. The lower the speed, I believe, the better, because basically what you have is an action bar. And then chance to hit, obviously, you want that as high as possible. We'll go ahead and equip it. Just going with our stats, we have two main stats to stay alive. We have stamina and reason. If either of them hit 0 at the end of a fight, you lose the game. Either you die or you go insane. Are locked away until the Elder Beast takes everything. You have your stats. You have strength, dexterity, perception, knowledge, charisma, funds, and an unlisted stat called luck. Luck, of course, being the little nudge in the right direction sometimes, because you're going to have these events that essentially are stat checks with a little bit of randomness involved. But you can see I also started with a giant fish cake, a taiyaki, and if I eat that, it will restore 1 reason. You can also access my storage, and oh, what's this? My friend's diary. This sigil can weaken the demon for a while. Careful with the lines. Maru is acting strange. I need to talk with her after class. I hope she didn't attempt the ritual herself. I've hidden the candles in one of the classrooms. Tomorrow I will try to perform the ritual. Well, we need to get searching. So a couple different options. We can perform the ritual, which we can't yet. It says down there, ritual's not ready. Let's check out the school lockers. We've got one that's locked. You need a tiny key to open this locker. Next one is a bat. So one other thing with the weapons is you'll see they have one of your stats at the end of it. And that's basically going to be how effective the weapon is. Since we have, it doesn't really matter that much. We've got 1 more perception than strength. We'll keep the straight razor for now because they do the same damage. But if you were way better with strength, you'd want to immediately swap over to that. And the final locker. Oh, creepy goodness. What's that? And I take a -1 to reason. So you're going to find a lot of stuff in the world that completely freaks you out, and that's going to basically drain your reason. And things that actually hit you, obviously, will drain your stamina. Let's go ahead and explore the school. A tall woman with an unsettling face and twitching lips stops you. I'll be your new biology teacher. Could you help me move some stuff to my new office? Why, we're a good student. Why not? We'll help her. Ah, luck check success. The creepy substitute teacher hands you some old books to carry. Among the mundane titles, you find one called The Extinction of Mankind. You shudder, feeling the teacher's gaze on your back. Plus 5 XP. We are not going to level up in this one. This is way too short. So we've not found the blessed chalk or the holy candles. You feel like something horrible is happening within the school. You must hurry and find those items. All right, let's continue exploring. You hear a faint sound while walking outside the biology classroom. Inside is an old anatomy model, its heart beating. The sight almost makes you sick. -1 stamina. You found an additional page from your friend's diary. It appears that the blessed chalk was left on the roof. Let's go get it. Shall we peek outside? Who might be out there? Hello, hello. No, thank you. Let's never do that again. On the roof, you find the girl your friend was talking about. In one hand, she holds a bag. In the other, a pair of bloody scissors. We're fighting Maru, who is marked by the Scissor Lady. So this is going to be combat for most of the game. There are occasionally some incorporeal enemies, you know, ghosts and the like, or certain enemies that you can't directly attack. But for most of them, you are just going to want to stay on the offensive action tab. And you're going to have, if you're unarmed, you can kick. Normally, you're just going to want to attack with a weapon. Now you can see there's the bar 0 out of 200. That's your action bar, and that's where the speed comes into play. So because we found a weapon with a better speed, it would take less time needed, and we can get more attacks per turn. The strong attack will do a bit more damage, but also take a lot more time. So like I can attack twice, or 3 times actually, with a regular attack. So I have the possibility of doing 12 damage at a 75% rate. But if I did the full attack, or the strong attack, I could only do 1 of those, and I would have to also do 1 regular attack, which at max would be 10. So for me, I've always found the math to be probably a little bit better, just flat out attacking regularly, unless you have just a terrible, terrible chance to hit, in which case you want to do these attack boosts to help with your attack damage. And then there are firearms in the game, and then there's also preparing your attack, where your next attack is guaranteed to hit. And that really is probably the best one to use with the strong attack if your attack chance is terrible. Some of the other options is you have the support weapon options. If you don't have a weapon, you can find an improvised one, which will usually be like a stick or a bottle or something like that. Then there is... Does this actually do one here? What is this? Oh, the eye. For some reason it's not showing it in the tutorial, but this basically lets you get a better look at the enemy. This nukes some of your experience, but gives you a better chance to hit for the rest of it. So if you're towards the end of the game and you really need to save your stamina and reason, that's not a bad one to take. It'll end the fight a bit quicker if it's a big one. Yes, and then allies, you can eventually recruit people, and you can have them distract or attack the enemy on your behalf. And then this is just kind of like a last-minute save move. Defensive actions, I almost never use defense. I guess if you're playing on hard, it's probably a lot better. But yeah, you can try to run from an encounter. You can meditate to regain reason if you're about to lose your mind, but you do lose a lot of stamina from it. Brace for impact is basically blocking, in which, if you know they're going to do a big attack, isn't a terrible thing. And then dodging is just, hopefully they hit you less. And then spiritual actions, which we're not going to use for this fight because she's not a ghost. You can beat a ghost in 2 different ways. The last icon isn't here, but basically you can clap and bow in a 5-move thing, and it's entirely random. So you have to actually figure it out. I have, and I'll show it to you once we fight a ghost. It is one of the hardest things to do in the game. And usually I just give up, because eventually you do get an option to quote-unquote sever their ties to the mortal realm, and you sever that with just your regular knife. But for now, we spam attacks. So we have a 75% chance to hit. That's not bad. And we ended up taking her out in 1 round of combat. Sorry, Maru. Alright. So this mission in particular requires you to do a little bit extra from some others, just because of how it works. What you need to do is look at the diary and try to match that. So we have the upside down triangle, and then we have a little star in the bottom right with a line going to the right and then up. So we want to try and just match that as best we can before moving on, because you don't get another chance to rewrite this. And I think that's the only down triangle there is, right? Yeah. So, it's not exact, but it's close enough. We continue. You have to go to the gym. As you enter the school gym, you notice a strange black doll propped up against the wall. Now, as you can see here, some of the choices are going to need you to have a specific perk or a specific follower or even a specific item to go through. But instead, we come closer, and against your better judgment, you approach the doll. What you see makes you gasp in horror. The doll isn't a doll. Your sudden movement causes tiny black spiders to flee, revealing a white, half-eaten corpse. -2 reason. The sound of scissors is getting louder. You must hurry. We need the candles. For God's sakes, where are the candles? Oh no, the creepy doll again. -2 reason, again. But we've found the holy candles, let's go. Wait, what's that? It appears someone wants to come in. You take a step back as the writhing, amorphous mass slowly takes shape. Soon it becomes a tall, woman-like creature with 3 faces, all connected by a wide smile. Now it is your chance to fight and defeat this horror. It is also your only chance. Twisting and twitching, the demon woman enters the classroom, cackling menacingly. Am I beautiful? No, you are not. Alright, so she up here, I didn't call this out in an earlier fight. But basically, there are 3 stats the enemy's going to have for most time. It's going to have their health, what they do to you, and their power. So the higher the power, the less chance you have to hit them. And then she is particularly nasty because every turn, she takes off 2 stamina and 2 reason. So you really need to deal with her quickly, and if this case is in the middle of a campaign, she can really knock the rest of the campaign for a loop, really. So we're gonna go ahead, and our chance to hit is 64. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do the combat skill, where we sacrifice 5 XP and get plus 10% to hit for the rest. Maybe we'll do it twice. Thrice? We'll do it thrice. I actually don't know if these are cumulative or not. Yes, they are. So now we have a 94% chance to hit. So we're just going to start stabbing at her with our own straight razor. And hopefully each turn we will be dealing... Oh, we're still missing. Oh, this is some XCOM hit percent bullshit. Oh my god. Are we gonna die? We might actually die. No, we got it. We just barely defeated the Scissor Woman. But yeah, as you can see, if this is in the middle of your case, you can get really messed up for the rest of the run. The ancient horror lies dead on the classroom floor, slowly dissolving into nothingness. You find your friend, gravely wounded but alive. You help him up, and both of you limp away from the school as the police sirens get louder. You've done it. You've saved the day and your friend's life. So that is the little intro quest. So let's go ahead, what do we want to do? That took a little bit longer than originally planned. I think maybe, yeah, we'll do a quick play. We'll do a quick play on easy, just so we don't immediately fail miserably. But then what we'll do is, we probably won't have a time for another one after this, but I can show you some cool options you have in the game. But yeah, the soundtrack to this is great. In fact, if you didn't see it, whoever owns this game on Steam, they just dropped the soundtrack as well. And I bought it instantly. All right, and then, yeah, there's 2 different combat modes. Basically, you can drop below 1, but you have to heal before the next combat. Otherwise, womp womp, or new encounter. Not every encounter is combat. Or you can do just dying instantly. But let's go ahead. We will do our quick play and see what happens. So it's always the same intro. There's actually, I believe, an option to skip this. I think I usually have it turned on, but I turned it off for this. All right, so now that we're doing a full case, well, mostly full, it should show us who our old god is. And there's going to be multiple old gods that can do different things to your campaign to make it harder. All right, so this one is the missing stars. The media has been reporting about various people with seemingly supernatural skills. Could it have any connection with the news about stars disappearing from the night sky? The old god's rule is casting spell raises doom instead of its normal cost. So, what that means, and doom is something we didn't have to worry about in the last one. And who are we? Oh, we are the street punk wannabe Yakuza character. So, and we start with a curse. Your family was cursed, everyone around you will die. You start the playthrough with more funds, but can't have any human allies. So we are, we're taking this one mostly alone. Oh, and we're also addicted to nicotine. So we're gonna wanna buy some smokes, which is actually pretty good because we start with more money. But now we can go through the rest of our stuff. So we're gonna have, not only do we have our inventory here, but there's also spells, which we currently don't know. And generally all spells will have a negative component to them affecting you. So like they'll lower your stamina or lower your reason. But because of the old god's effect, what it means is it raises Doom. And Doom, if Doom hits 100, you're done. That's end of the run. That's the old god has woken up or done whatever it needs to do, and there is no coming back from it. So it's kind of like a run timer. So we're not smoking, so we currently have nicotine withdrawal, which means all of our combat actions are 1.2 times slower. We don't want that. And then occasionally you'll get town modifiers too. Those all get put there. You can look at the log as you go through. And then, yeah, our old god is Ath Yolazith, the giant creeping eye. I would love to, Piper. So the end result is we need to get all these keys and we need to break into this lighthouse to stop whatever is happening. And you can see one's already unlocked. That's because on easy mode, you only have to do 4 cases instead of 5. And then here's where things get kind of cool. So the town will have different things you can visit, each area. Normally, so I like to do the cult shop because you can get some cool stuff there. In fact, let me just load. I think I have mine saved. But yeah, you can save and load different combinations of areas you can visit. Just they do different things. Like schoolyard, I probably don't need because I can't actually get anybody to be my ally. But you do sometimes need to get gossip during a run, so that's not a bad one. Library helps with spells. That one's okay. I don't really. My character's not really going to do spells a lot. The only other one that I really like to make sure I put on is the illegal den, because then we can possibly get some cool stuff like a gun or other Yakuza things. So let's go ahead and get started. You check your mailbox, it's empty. But what's in there? I don't know. All right, so here's your little apartment. A couple things you can do, and this is a little secret for anybody starting out who wants a bit of an easier start. If you go to change your outfit, which we will do, we're gonna dress up like Kiryu, because of course we are. If you click your little piggy bank, you get 1 free monies. And then to start or between investigations, you get to take 1 bath. And then you can either basically gain an additional reason, an additional stamina, or right now, since we don't need either, we can get a small XP boost just to help us level up. Let's take a look outside. Who could be there? Oh, who's that? Who's that creepy neighbor? I don't want anything to do with him. All right, so let's open up our cabinet. Do we have anything? We have library notes, which gain a random spell, but you lose 1 to 2 reason. So I don't really care about that. We're going to keep it, though, just for now. And then we have to go into our room, and we're going to see what mysteries we have. I'm going to probably re-roll if they're, like, unfun. Let's see. I kind of want one that's really, really grody. No, come on. trying to find one that involves your neighbor. What's the neighbor one? Is it the fish? The game is not cooperating today. With my luck, it's the one that's already beaten. Yeah, no, it's not giving it to me. Well, I don't want to do the scissors one because we already did that, so I'm just going to roll till we don't have that anymore. The problem with unlocking all the mysteries. Oh, that has the scissors, though. Yeah, why not? This one will be cool because then we're gonna get 2 in town, and then 2 that we have to actually go explore and do. So we will start off with the Chilling Chronicle of a Crimson Cape. A new game is spreading among your friends. A dare to stay in the unused school restroom after classes. A dare to meet Akamanto. What was originally harmless fun has turned deadly. The body of a boy was found last week. The school principal has banned the game, but that's only made it more popular. Akamanto must be stopped before another kid is killed. Alright. So, with this now, we have a higher strength than anything else. So we want to get something that's going to utilize that. So let's start off, try the illegal den. Each time you go to a shop, you gain a little bit of doom, but that's alright. This is a good one. Yeah, extra damage against human and monster enemies. So we'll go ahead and we will buy the meat cleaver. Just get that equipped. And then we also want to shop for some items because what we want are some SIGs. Of course, we want I think we want the slightly better ones. Does it come with more? I forgot what the difference is between these two, actually. We'll just buy regular. We're going to actually use these now. And what those do is just add cigarettes into your inventory. And like each encounter, you use up one. But we also want to buy some additional stuff. We want to get a map. And then we're also going to want to look for a flashlight if possible. Also just buy some cigarettes for the time being. We don't want to spend too much time in the shop, because like you can see, my doom is rising. Now I'm at 18%. Well, yeah, obviously, yeah. You are slowly killing yourself, but guess what? The Eldritch thing is going to kill you faster. All right, so there's always going to be this little, for at least the town missions, there's going to be this little kind of extra thing you can do. And this is either going to help you get a better ending to your current case, or it's going to give you more XP, or usually both. So what we want to do is go to the school, and then we're going to go to the schoolyard. And all we want to do is talk to them, gossip. What'd you do in your English exam? Did you hear there's a cliff nearby with strangely shaped holes? That's my hole. It was made for me. And she hasn't come to school since last week. Alright, these kids suck. So let's find a new batch. Recently, the tap water in my entire neighborhood started tasting weird, almost like, perhaps, blood. Have you heard about this computer program? Oh my god, they are not cooperating at all this game. Game, please. I keep hearing a wailing sound coming from the third stall in the girls' bathroom. Alright, none of them are helping. I'm gonna lose all of my frickin' time just doing this. Here we go. When Akamanto asks which paper you want, you must refuse everything. Let's get out of here. So now all you do is you follow the circles. The circles are going to tell you where to go. You enter the school bathroom to wash your face with cold water. A sudden noise behind you stops you in your tracks. One of the stall doors is opened on its own. Ooh, you walk to the door to try and close it, but something is blocking it. When you look up, you see a ghostly pale hand holding the door. You back off from the toilet as the door slowly opens. A girl in a tattered uniform is standing there. Her head twists unnaturally as she makes a roaring, rattling noise. A door behind you slams shut. And it's the toilet ghost! With a really messed up face. Yeah, there's gonna be some messed up and gory faces in this game. If you're scared of them, flee. But, so here are a couple things now you can do that we added extra. I believe you can pay off the ghost. You can just give a ghost a couple coins and tell them to F off. We can sever their ties to the old world, or our world, with my meat cleaver. Or let me just show you this convoluted process. So we're gonna do clap, bow, clap. Or was it clap, bow, clap, bow, clap? And then we're gonna launch in a sequence. So all it's gonna do is tell you, you got 2 ritual moves right. It doesn't tell you which 2 though. So it's like Wordle, only it doesn't turn the word or the letter green, ever. So that's why I never use that. I just do, either I run away, or I am lucky and have like, I think there's an anti-ghost dust you can throw at them. But normally we're just going to sever their tie to the world. With the meat cleaver, it's not too bad. We'll get out of here with getting hit twice. And then wait, what's that? Corpse dust. Gross, what do you do? Use to get extra XP, but lose luck. I'm not gonna do that, I need as much luck as possible, so let's continue our hunt for Akamanto. The road seems to twist and turn when you're not looking, trapping you in this neighborhood. We'll follow the map. That's just gonna help us. Generally, if an item gets you out of something, use it. So now we get +2 reason and we're back up to full. Impossible angles, seemingly moving lines, make your head spin. For this one, apparently we have the specific ally, they can do something about it. But instead, we lose a reason. Because none of the geometry makes sense. And then up here, I don't always read this, but this kind of just gives you a little brief synopsis of why you're going where you're going and what you've learned. You meet with your friend who has recently started her nurse practice. You lazily chat on the roof of the hospital, watching the sunset. Now would be the perfect opportunity to ask about the recent unearthly events. Sure. Her stories about missing patients, mysterious surgeries, and a strange infection are helpful, but they kill the mood. So, plus 10 XP, -2 reason. And we're still nowhere close to leveling up. That's alright. Spooky face? Hello? That's just kind of a fun little spooky encounter. You don't actually fight them. It's a bad time to be out of cash, says the grim-looking man who's standing in your way. Our company, fortunately, specializes in cases like yours and will gladly help you get back on track after all. He takes a step closer. You can swear there's a faint smell of rust around the man. Everyone has something to sell. So this happens when you're out of money. And we will go ahead and you can either do minus stamina, minus reason, or doom. And we don't want to do doom because we already wasted enough trying to get gossip. So we will lose some stamina, get some extra money. And now we are breaking into the school and rushing the toilet to try and find Akamanto and stop. You're stopped dead in your tracks by the feeling of cold matter against your back. You look over your shoulder. The Yakuza's face sneers. We're gonna punch him. You let out your rumbling yell, turning and driving your fist into empty air. There's nobody there. He's gone. Your wild swing sends you stumbling and confused. All of this shit is really starting to get to you, but even if you ran into one of the real guys, they'd probably hate your guts just as much. Oh, you're just a wannabe punk. You're not full-on Yakuza. So once you explore enough, you get to the end of the adventure where you have your final little battle. You wait in the stall, trying to be as quiet as possible. Suddenly, you hear the sound of rubber boots as an unknown liquid drips on the tiles. You can see the top of his head. He's taller than any man you've ever seen. The door slowly opens. A masked man dressed in a red coat, clearly too tall for the ceiling, reaches from outside. Tell me, his voice sounds like a faulty radio, would you like red paper or blue paper? Neither. It's getting darker. The tall man in the red coat slowly takes their mask off as stall walls wither and rot and reality starts to crumble. As you fight Akamanto, true form, in the lands outside. So, yeah, we're gonna swing for the fences is what we're gonna do. What can we do? So we can do 3 attacks normally or 2 strong. Our chance to attack kind of sucks. So I'm actually gonna take the hit and lose 5 XP to swing better. Because sometimes a boss fight can just go terribly wrong for you. Boy, we are not doing much damage to him at all. I'm rolling like I'm playing D&D here. Good lord. Alright, come on, lucky hits. Ooh, alright. We are not feeling great, but we survived. Akamanto is one of the harder enemies. Maybe shouldn't have taken this case first, because as you level up, you get better attack boosts, but oh well. We did it. When you wake up, you find yourself back in the toilet stall. Thinking it was all a dream, you stand up, only to hear a crack from under your shoe. There lies a broken crimson mask. Akamanto might return one day, but now you know that ancient horrors can be defeated. So you get some stuff every time you beat a investigation. You get better XP. If you do the extra bonus, you get more XP. Minus 5% doom, so it does help. And then we get a little bit of healing. And then each day, the town gets hit with something. Price hike. Preparing for the worst. People are stocking up on everything, making it harder for you to find what you want. I believe that makes everything cost 1 more. So you find 1 key. There's your first key out of the 5 total you normally get. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a nice hot bath. And we are going to raise 1 extra reason just because we're down. So at this point, yeah, let's just go ahead and we're going to go to our next little adventure. Do we want to keep doing the town? Probably. Yeah, because I want to get more stuff if possible, because these 2 I don't really get to do anything with. Or, you know, we can do, we'll do the vicious verses of a violent vigil. You received an official-looking letter. What does a law firm from Tokyo want with you? We regret to inform you of the passing of your client and your grand uncle. His funeral will be preceded by an overnight vigil as per the client's request. There's an address and a list of people expected to arrive. You don't recognize any of the names. Intrigued, you decide to check it out yourself. What's the worst thing that could happen? Don't ask that. Good lord. So this is another different one where you are actually exploring inside of a house and you're not in the town proper. In the mirror, you catch a glimpse of something that shouldn't be there. Plus 2% doom. Takes you some time, but finally you manage to find someone. Is that another guest? What's going on in here? So now you have these little investigation things you can do on the side. Muscular man is eyeing you. You take a step towards him. You can't help but notice a deep scar going across his cheek. Old man's body's in the master bedroom, so go there if you want. So nothing else to do now except for explore the mansion more. You were startled when you discovered that headless body. You were horrified when you saw its head hanging in the middle of the room and laughing. The animated head. Oh wow, I have such a shitty chance to hit. My god. We might crash and burn this run. And I'm doing this on easy. Good lord. Sometimes a run just goes to absolute crap on you. It happens. Good lord. All right, we're gonna attack boost. But we'll start doing. Let's just start doing this because this will give us a guaranteed 10 damage. Oh, okay. We finally leveled up though. We got some gross black hair. Pressing a handkerchief to your nose, you enter the dark room. There's no way they allowed your granduncle to just lie there. What was the correct bow and clap order? Maybe the guests will know. So we're going to go back to the corridor, and what we are going to do finally is level up. So when you level up, you get a choice of 3 different perks, and then you can raise some of your stats. So normally I would take the Yakuza card. What this does is give some more stuff in the shops, and then you can buy more items. But because prices are already high, I'm not going to bother. Now this does even this out. We're actually going to re-roll our perks because neither of these are really going to help me a ton in this run. And +1 charisma doesn't mean anything because I can't gather followers. Oh, this is a good one. All combat moves deal an extra point of damage. So we're going to do that. And then normally I would bump up one of my stats, but I want us to survive this run. So I'm going to bump up my reason instead. And then there's a second person, or pair. A pair is standing next to a window. The man is muttering something to himself while his wife is observing you with her unnaturally bulgy eyes. You didn't get this with a letter? Here, take mine. All right, so we got a couple things. Let's go ahead. We're going to store that item. We'll store the library notes as well. So the vigil pamphlet is going to tell us what we need to do. Pray over the body. Bow, clap, bow, clap. At 11, light up the fireplace. At 12, pray over the body. At 1 a.m., I don't know. At 2 a.m., feed the plant in the study with blood. At 3 a.m., cover the mirror in the storage room. And end of the vigil. And what I got this from the floating head. Combines with sewing kit. All right. So we're going to go back to our uncle. The weird symbol. Oh yeah, he's got a little weird symbol there. All right, so the pamphlet says we want to bow, clap, bow, clap. You think you got the order right. So that's all we can do for now. Corpses are strung up on wire like macabre marionettes with painted smiles and rosy cheeks. Ugh. Well, I'm glad I got more reason. All right, so at 11 p.m. we're supposed to light up the fireplace. Okay. And we get +1 reason. Awesome. can check the storage room. Is there anything in here? What's in the wardrobe? Another meat cleaver. Cool. Just go ahead. We'll just sell that. We have enough. And let's keep exploring. You enter the art workshop. The room is cluttered with half-finished sculptures and bizarre masks hanging on the wall. One sculpture strikes you as eerily realistic. Let's check out the masks. A ritual mask. This one's okay. It gives you a small chance of ignoring reason lost in combat. I find it doesn't trigger that much, so we're going to go ahead and immediately sell it. Because then, yeah, the next one we do in town, we will just be able to buy some additional stuff. So it's midnight, and at midnight I am supposed to go back and do clap, bow, bow, bow. Let's check some other rooms first. We have an overgrown plant casting an unsettling shadow. The storage room we've been in, the master bedroom. Uh-oh. The body. It's missing. Where is everyone? Where is everyone? Let's go look. Following a suspicious person, you enter an old rundown mansion room. It stinks like spoiled milk and only has 2 doors, one of which you came through. You can't see the strange man anywhere. Let's go through the other door. You see the man vanishing behind a corner. Unfortunately, you're too slow to catch up. Plus 2% due. Oh, there's another person. He nervously scratches his scar. Creepy. Still nothing. Still the creepy plant. Still the missing body. So we wait. And then what's at 2 a.m.? You find a heavy tome wrapped in moth-eaten black velvet in an old locked cabinet. When you remove the book's wrappings, you recoil in disgust. It's bound in human flesh! Perhaps the Necronomicon. The only thing to do is to burn it. You may never know what's inside the hideous book, but that's a good thing. Alright, so it is 2 a.m. We are supposed to now feed the plant in the study with blood. Sure. You cut your hand and pour some blood on the soil. Hopefully that's enough. Storage room? Oh shit. Kill them. Kill them now. And we continue to explore. Countless spoons fly out of a cupboard when a ghastly figure materializes in the middle of the room. The Rumu Ghost. So this one is this one will damage me a bunch. So we're just gonna try and slash the hell out of her immediately, because good luck figuring out the bow collapse sequence. Or, that's it, 6 damage. I don't want to burn money for 6 damage. I need that money. And we should be good. Cool. We don't have a ton of XP, and it's the same people, the 2 of them. Storage room still has giant creepy ghost. Study still has the plant, who's hopefully my buddy now that I fed him. Body is still gone. What next? The room layout of this place doesn't make any sense. You've been trying to leave the mansion, but each door leads to the same musty hallway. You start to panic, trying to find a solution. And we do! We find it. Plus 1 reason. As the vigil's nearing its end, the whole mansion shakes more and more until the walls start to collapse, revealing the shocking truth about your whereabouts. Somewhere out of space! So there are 2 ways to do this. We're going to take the safer way out. If you carve the cursed symbol, you fight your weird undead great uncle. But what we're going to do instead is, can we explore the mansion again? No. We're going to sacrifice guests. Acting like we don't know what's happening. And then the ritual concludes. The price is paid. A voice booms in your head as everything gets dark. When you wake up, you find yourself laying on wet glass, or on the wet grass. The old mansion nowhere to be seen. Standing next to you is a naked, bloated old man. You recognize a tattoo on the man's toe. It's your deceased grand uncle. With a coarse voice, he explains the ritual. You try to keep up with him, but you're weak and your head spins. The death toll must remain the same. 2 die, and 2 survive. You feel like vomiting as the old man who has cheated death disappears behind the trees. Everything gets dark. So, probably the worst ending, but it's an ending, and we still get some stats back. School curfew. With more and more students going missing, the police have restricted access to the school's building. Okay. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we'll do the second town mission. And let's get some stuff from storage. Because we are going to sell all of it. And we also, I believe, know one spell, the Third Eye, which we are going to forget and gain 1 reason back. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a bath and use that to get 1 extra stamina. So we're a bit beefier than where we needed to be. Let's open up the curtains. There's nobody spooky back there, I hope. And now we kind of got to fly through these last 2 missions because I didn't realize how long this would take with me narrating everything. Which one do we want to do? We'll do this one next, just in case anything worse happens in the town. So the macabre memoir of morbid mermaids. The janitor was obsessed with the mermaids. He collected every scrap of the legend about them in the school basement. And he's also killing the girls, because he's terrible. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is investigate the seaside twice. Actually, before that, do I have any injuries? No. We are, though, going to go to the pharmacy here really quick. Let's see. We want some painkillers. Yeah, why not? We'll just buy 2 painkillers. They're addictive, but I'm already on 6, so who cares? Yeah, this at least gives me a little bit of breathing room, so let's go to the seaside twice to get this out of the way. Oh shit, we've been cursed. Dark forces scheme against you. So now we're traumatized. Minus 10% max reason. Alright, well, we're already well below our max reason, so that's okay. The town docks are a mix of modern warehouses, small shops, and bars where the alternative crowd gathers. Let's pray at the temple. What does that do? Beautiful. +2 reason. We are in much better shape with our stats, or at least we were, because now we think something is watching us from the sea. -1 reason. You see the ghost of a heartbroken boy appears on the street at night. An urban legend or some truth? We'll stay the night there, and we wake up aching badly. -1 stamina. Ritsuko-chan was the most promising athlete at the school. When she suddenly disappeared, the case was quickly closed. And now she's back. Alright, come on, give me some hits. Oh, beautiful. Alright. Finally, reverse XCOM luck. So as you can see earlier, they restricted some access to the school, which knocked out, I believe, the library. Corridor is flooded by a black sludge. We want to take a detour or risk going through? We'll take a detour. Gives us some more doom, but I believe you take a decent amount of damage if you get hit by it. Now we investigate the morbid school. You find a notebook containing handwritten and detailed notes about the swimming club itself and mermaids. A nauseating stench stops you. Someone has scattered rotting fish guts everywhere and hung up countless fish heads. You cover your mouth and run. -1 stamina and reason. Back to downtown. Actually, what do we have? We have no money left anyway. Okay. When you enter a metro car, you notice an oddly shaped package in the seat opposite you, marked with your name. Ignore it. It's probably filled with guts, or at least one of the Yakuza guys who actually wants to kill you. The investigation is starting to take a toll on your health. Feel like you're about to fall asleep standing up? How do you address your weakened state? Well, we don't have any money. Take a quick jog. Okay, success. Strength check. We get +1 reason. Cool. How's our doom looking? Our doom is 60%. What we're actually going to do is, this is a little cheat you can do. We're going to enter the doctor's office. And we're going to steal some painkillers. We don't have anything the doctor can actually heal, because traumatized is a curse that you can't get rid of normally. We're going to run. And we'll get some stamina back. Figure do that now because I'm not going to be able to do this in the final mission. Why is it suddenly so dark outside? You stand by the window to take a look. Black smog emerges from the courtyard, coating everything in an oily vapor. Run. Run from the window. Dex check success. We run from the window before it explodes. Also leveling up right before a possible boss fight. I'm gonna reroll my perks again. Oof. We'll do luck with outdoorsman, and then we will also raise our strength up. So we're gonna investigate, and who is it? You bust through the door to the janitorial closet, but it's already too late. The latest missing girl is lying on a dirty mattress, her upper torso at least. A tail of a fish has been crudely sewn in place of her legs. She was too weak and died. You hear the mad janitor say, he looks you up and down. Maybe you'll do. Alright, we are gonna beat the bejesus out of this guy. So this is a fun one you can do if you don't want to fight him. Where's the action? You can topple a lamp and you burn down the school. Screw it, we're gonna do that. Burn it all down. Oh god, I got burned. Oh no! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, let's go get some money and get rid of that. I forgot that happened. I do like how your status updates will affect your look, though. So we burned everything to the ground. It's for the best. We really don't want to see what was going on there ever again. Our next effect is the whole town stopped receiving any outside signal. It must be the radio mast failure. So we'll go ahead, we will take a bath. And this time, what do we want to do? Yeah, we'll do just in case stamina. Or, yeah, because I'd rather have the +1 stamina than the 5 XP at this point. Unfortunately, we're out of money, and I don't think I have anything in storage, do I? No. So I can't actually go to the doctor to get treated for my burn, and oh, this last one doesn't take place in the city anyway, so let's go. A group of researchers from a university in Tokyo are researching a curious rock formation. It was discovered a few weeks ago by tourists in a village next to Shiokawa. You read about it in the newspaper. The sudden disappearance of the tourist was the subject of school gossip for a few days, but ultimately no one was found. The rock formation must be somehow connected. Feeling that the researchers can help you, you pack yourself and visit the village. So we need to reach the inn. The bus suddenly stops as the driver opens the door. You notice you're still far from the village, and the bus closes. Suddenly you hear splashing sounds behind you. You weren't the only passenger on that bus. The sweaty assailant. Alright, he has low power, so we are going to absolutely rock his shit. Probably in one turn. Yeah. He gone. So let's go to the inn. Every room is empty except one, and the last one you find the man, Matsuda-san, the expedition leader. They've been attacked by the villagers and got separated. They've all been split up. So we need to try and find all 3 of his compatriots. We don't need to take a rest yet. So let's go look at this rock formation. Carved pillars are older than the village itself, and you couldn't find any information about them or the rituals they're connected with. So we're going to break into the school first. You enter the kitchen. Even though it's abandoned and the lights are off, something is cooking in a large pot. You don't like the smell of it. We'll look for a first aid kit. And we fail. Alright, we found the empty classroom with the map and the notes. So now we have to search in the forest, the school, and the village to find them. Who are these guys? We'll run. Oh, dex check failed! We got shot! Oh, no! Oh, we're not doing too good. Alright, a small alien menacing statue that we can pray to or destroy. Let's pray. Alright, I'll take the 5 XP at this point. We're not going to level up. I don't know if we're going to find everybody here, but... do we want to help the dog? Yes, of course we do. Hooray! We have our... I know Piper wanted a kaiju, but we don't have a kaiju. We have a dog. But good enough. And we found one of the researchers. So, what the followers will do is some of them give you stats, some of them actually give you worse stats, and then some of them you can release for a special effect. So the dog is cool because he's going to have a basically a higher chance of finding items after combat. So we're done in the forest. Let's go back to the school now. We're going to try and find somebody. And this is going to have kind of some of the same school things. So creepy half-eaten spider corpse that we had in the tutorial. But we found the geologist on the first try, which is really good. One of the other things too is you don't really hear is the river's water level is rising. If you spend too much time trying to rescue people, the village will flood. And I don't actually know what happens at that point. But let's go ahead and see if we can find our third person or if we have to flee. An old priest is performing a ritual to appease a local demon. Imprisoned underground, you're invited to join them. Yes. Okay. So we helped them, we appeased the devil. We get corpse dust, which... actually, we might use this if we don't level up before the boss fight. So we're going to keep trying to find the last person. We're almost out of smokes. You see a dog chewing on something in the distance. Is that a human bone? Oh my god, it's an evil dog. Three stamina. That thing hits like a truck. Alright, we found the third person. So, alright, we're going to go ahead and we're going to chug the corpse dust. to level up. I know, gross. None of these really help me. Alright, whatever. We'll do charisma, and we'll still raise strength again. So we need to go to the inn, and now we're going to tell them, hey, let's skedaddle. The villagers have disappeared. Where are they? As you get closer to the bridge leading out of the village, Matsuda-san suddenly stops. I know this tune. Before you can react, he begins to undress and runs into the darkness. Shocked, you begin to hear a faint moaning coming from the rock formation. What you see there feels unreal. All the villagers are naked. They are dancing around the pillars as something slowly emerges from the river. That's right. The fertility goddess Tikathura. So this is one of the first fights we have with 2 targets. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take out the followers first, just because we can. At least we hope we can. And just keep swinging for the fences. We need to win. Alright, so now I'm attacking the giant creature itself. And since I have all 3 of these people, they help me do +2 damage and take -1 damage. So I wonder actually if I do this, oh, they don't do any damage by themselves. Oh, cool. All right, so I can just do this between each attack to get a +10% for each. And we're going to save this sequence because this is a good one. And we did it. We have defeated the creepy orgy villagers and their stupid fertility god. The eldritch monster disappears as suddenly as it appeared. All that's left of Kaibara village is a group of deeply confused villagers. Among them, you quickly locate the embarrassed Matsuda-san. Luckily, the research team parked their jeep on a hill that wasn't affected by the flood. Knowing that time is of the essence, they drive you back to Shiokawa and promise they will alert the government. And the last effect, local scientists are baffled. An unprecedented aurora-like event has bathed the entire town in unnatural green glow. Arcane storm. Reason cost of all spells is increased by 1. Well, we're not casting spells, so we're okay. So we are pretty messed up, but I think we'll be okay beating the game. I'm going a little bit over, and I'm sorry, but that's alright. So let's go ahead and take our last bath of the run. And we're going to go ahead and get extra reason back just to have it. Oh. Yeah, there were notes, I guess, about the pillars being related to the cult of the fertility goddess. So, let's go. The lighthouse. And then this is kind of like the last, gauntlet of the game. A bunch of different stuff can happen between combat, skill checks, and item checks. So we are going to burn a little bit of Doom to rest up a bit. I want to at least get my stamina up to the top. Let's start climbing. It probably has something as pouring blood, not necessarily the shower. Alright, so we found a metal gate with a cable connected. We have to somehow disconnect the faulty plug. What will happen? Strength check is success, plus 10 XP. You were stopped by a girl wearing a dirty black school uniform. I'm sorry, but I can't let you go any further. It's too late anyway. She has a knife! Try to reason with her. You try to talk her into allowing you to pass, and we do. It's too late anyway, letting us pass. Let's go ahead and take our final level up of the game. Not that any of this is going to help us that much, but We probably will have one last fight to end the game. Oh, here's another one. Opening the gate will require you to grab 2 metal rods. Using your own body as a natural conductor will power up the gate. Oh, not enough knowledge to not get shocked. -3 stamina. Oh, and here's a fun one. It'll ask you, somebody stole all your notes and clues. It'll ask you the second mystery you investigated, or sometimes it'll even get so specific it asks you the second enemy you faced. So does anybody remember our second case? No? Well, I do. It was Vicious Verses of a Violent Vigil. If you fail this, it will give you +5 Doom, and I have had runs into that. It's really embarrassing when it happens. And then here we go. Who is the second enemy we fought this run? Crap. Did I go straight from the toilet ghost to Akamanto? Because I know I fought the toilet ghost. Yeah, let's go Akamanto. And we got it. And then here we are at the very top. And the thing calling the cursed being to this world is no more. Lifting the curse upon our fair city. Ending the unnatural threat to all. We did it, chat. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. You've managed to stop the ritual awakening the eldritch old god. But what's done is done. It will stir in its slumber again and again until the stars are right once more. Congratulations, you are safe. For now. Alright, so that, these runs go a lot quicker when you're not reading everything, but that was a lot of fun. And look at my victory picture. Look at me. I am messed up. I am very messed up. Like, I won, but at what cost? Awesome, awesome, awesome. So yeah, this is World of Horror. I really recommend it. Like I said, the technical full version 1.0 has finally dropped on Steam. It's been early access for quite some time. And yeah, I think that's gonna just about do it for me tonight. I will be back on Sunday, where I will be playing a couple more games and racing Weapon and Bloodstained. And I might even be able to show up later tonight to play some Left 4 Dead 2. But anyway, all you keep watching. Up next we have Dead by Daylight. And I will see you all next time.